All right, guys, welcome back to the CSO Pro. Again, my name is Carson Cook, guys, and this week we're going to be talking about a very important sales topic and a very important idea for younger sales professionals or those that are going into sales, college students, high school students. If you ever want to get into sales, guys, this is a very, very important topic that we're going to talk about today. And it's one of the key points, guys, or key elements that I would say are probably within the top 1% of sales professionals that are out there. And it's an understanding, guys, of how communication actually works. It's a very, very good tip, but it's a topic that you all need to really understand in order to have really good success within sales. And that topic today, guys, is dialogue versus monologue. Now, what are those two things? If you don't already know what they are, guys, dialogue is where you engage in conversation or communication with another individual, whereas monologue is where you're actually engaging with another person on a very small scale, but you're doing 90% of the talking, okay? Or as if you're reading a story to a group of kids, you're actually giving them a monologue, you're giving them a story, and they're just listening. Okay, and the problem is with young sales professionals is that we are taught, or the old system of teaching sales, which is step method, it's not solution-based selling, it's not interactive, but it's more of a process. Now we want to follow a process, okay? We're very big proponents on this channel, guys, of following a sales process and learning that, but there's a lot more that just comes along with that sales process. Now we want to make sure that we have a great foundation, but being able to work and have an open dialogue with your customer or your prospect is extremely important. So today we're going to talk about three things or three ideas around dialogue versus monologue and why dialogue or staying engaging with your customer or your potential prospect is extremely important. Now, one of the tips that's going to help, and that's number one today that we're going to talk about, is that we always need to stay qualifying within our sales process. We tend to see that sales professionals during the discovery phase of the sales process, or what we call the qualifying phase, which is usually early on in the steps of the sale, people tend to qualify. They tend to ask a lot of questions. We have a lot of really good qualifying videos, guys, on this channel, so check out the link below if you want to learn more about qualifying. But also, guys, we tend to go into what we call pitch mode, okay, after we've qualified. We go into a monologue conversation. And this is very, very, very important, where we always need to stay qualifying throughout the whole presentation, throughout the whole process of the steps of the sale. If you remain to stay qualifying, that keeps your potential prospect engaged in a dialogue with you instead of you giving them a monologue. Okay, there's a lot of different people that are introverted or extroverted, and you're gonna be selling to both types of people. You're gonna be selling to type A people, type B people, type C people. You're gonna be selling to introverts, extroverts. And when you do this, guys, a lot of the time, some of your prospects will not give you the correct answer, or they'll be too shy to talk, or they won't give you the proper information you need to give the right presentation. So it's important to stay qualifying throughout the whole process. Number two, we need to avoid one-way conversations, okay? And sometimes we work in very challenging sales environments. We own a credit card processing company, and sometimes it's very difficult to work with difficult customers or difficult merchants. And at the end of the day, some of these merchants, guys, have been pitched so much that one of the tricks that they've taught themselves is to learn to not engage, to avoid all engagement whatsoever, to have the conversation to where a younger sales professional will make the mistake of giving all the information before they actually get engaged in the conversation, and they end up losing the deal. Okay, so it's very important, guys, to always avoid a one-way conversation. You do want to give your presentation, but you want to keep that involved. So during that presentation point, guys, which leads us to step number three, or point number three today, is that you need to, in the presentation, dialogue is key. Okay, and we think of presentation with the board members, groups of people, or presenting to one person or a door-to-door sale, and you're just talking, right? You're just one-way conversation. That's very difficult and very challenging. And the top 1% of sales professionals out there, guys, they don't do this. What they do is they stay engaged in dialogue during the presentation. So they will spot check like a little thermometer, okay? And you're testing the temperature of the turkey just to make sure it's just right? That thermometer. Well, you're testing your presentation throughout your whole presentation, which means that you ask questions like, well, so do you fully understand this? You stay engaged, keep them talking, keep them paying attention. It also helps your potential prospect really get into the content that you're actually explaining to them to help them make a well-informed decision later within the process. So guys, that is today, guys, our video on dialogue versus monologue. Make sure you stay engaged with your potential prospect, guys, whether it's over the phone, face-to-face, or the board. Get them talking, get them moving. Get them involved within the conversation. Solution-based selling takes a lot of solutions. Okay, but in order to get the right solution, you have to understand what are the problems with the customers, and that takes dialogue and not monologue. So rock and roll, guys. Hit like the channel below. Subscribe, guys, if you like these videos. We'll keep rocking and rolling, and we'll catch you next week. Hey guys, this is Carson Cook, back at you again with the CSO Pro. Just wanted to put everything out there, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning into all the videos here on YouTube. I just wanted to point out to you guys real quick, just once again, this book will be going on sale May 1st this year, 2019. So coming up here pretty shortly, guys. And this is the No Shit Sales Journal, a confident, common sense, and practical guide to sales. Basically, your Cliff Note version, okay, that can get you up to speed, guys, and give you a very solid foundation on how to sell. Now, this book, guys, is not just for sales professionals. This book you need to buy and read. It will help your life with your family, your kids, pretty much anyone that you would like to communicate with and become better at communication. Okay, so make sure you go to Amazon, guys, and put in your pre-order right now. We'll include a link below. But this book, guys, is going to be going on sale May 1st. It's also, guys, been featured on the Sales Babble with Pat Helmers. You can tune in to find out a little bit more about the book at salesbabble.com. Very, very, very good podcast. Pat Helmers, guys, is a very standing guy within sales. Very, very, very solid reputation. Amazing podcast with some of the best techniques, communication techniques, tips and tricks for sales. So go to the salesbabble.com. I'll put that link in the description below. But guys, please make sure to pick up your copy on Amazon today. Get one right now. Thanks, guys.